Hello, name's Bob. Let's see if I can take a second and talk to you. I'm doing these videos for young men that may not have had the opportunity to have a figure, a father figure, whoever, speak into their lives and kind of give them some direction through. I had the opportunity to have men in my life that would give me guidance as I went through life, just about different things, some basic and simple things. And even for maybe some men out there that aren't so young, that just want to listen, either take a laugh at it, maybe glean something from it, maybe give me some feedback or something else I could put in there and talk about. But anyway, get on with the topic. As I was the last week going through, it's been snowy here, it's been cold where I'm at, and I went through the yard and I saw yellow snow, and that reminded me of the first time I learned what yellow snow is. You know, if you have grown up around snow and you see it out there, and when you're young, a lot of times somebody will tell you, stay away from the yellow snow. Don't touch the yellow snow. Because as young boys, we can be inquisitive, and that yellow snow may look inviting to us. It may look like it's something that's more special than the plain old white snow that's out there. However, what may look inviting and what may look as something interesting to explore, when somebody tells you what it is and when you find out where it comes from, you realize that although it may have a look that's enticing, you don't want to get involved with the yellow snow. When I learned about it, we were living in Tennessee. It had snowed, which it doesn't do there a whole lot, at least not with a whole lot of volume in the area we're in. It was an exception time when we had it. My parents and some of their friends had decided, you know what, they were going to make some snow cream. So the kids, which I was one of, we had bowls and we all went out there and we were collecting the snow into the bowls and we were going to bring it back in. They were going to mix some ingredients in it and make ice cream out of the snow. We'll make snow cream. And I remember one of the ladies very much emphasizing to us, whatever you do, because they had a little dog that was going out with us too, don't get any yellow snow. Don't get it in the bowl. Don't touch it. Stay away from it. And that's when I found out what yellow snow was, because the dog is the one that would make the yellow snow. Hike up his leg and all of a sudden the white snow is yellow. You don't want that in your bowl. And being young little boys out there, every now and then one of the little boys will make some yellow snow too. But to stay on topic, there are some things that just being a man, a young man, even an older man, that people may look at you and just expect you to know. Some of those knowledge bases you don't know unless you've been taught or unless you've learned or gone through. And what I have realized in life, don't be ashamed to let somebody know if you don't have a knowledge base. Or if you're weak in a knowledge base, try and find out where you can get that. If you think you need to know more about cars, look at some YouTube videos, grab the owner's manual out of your car, read through it and look at it. If there's just some things about hiking or outdoors or maybe exercise, different things that often will fall into a guy type of role, then there's books and ways to learn. Also, find a mentor, ask about those things. There's been times when I did not know knowledge and I would try, and there's a quote, a lot of people will say, fake it till you make it. That can work in some situations. It does not work in every situation. And what I want you to do is be man enough to admit when you don't know something and let them know, because what you don't want to do is start acting as though you do know something, acting as though you have the knowledge about it, the information about it, and to go ahead, because you can start making some pretty big mistakes. Whether it be with finances, you could end up getting yourself jammed up with money if you don't know how to manage money. You may be able to think, yeah, I know what to do with money. I make it, I spend it. Well, do you know how to invest it? Do you know what to do with it? I know my father, when I was a young man working in a garage growing up, used to almost beg me, walk across the street to the bank and put just a few dollars out of each paycheck into a savings account. Instead, I blew my money on fast cars running around, Trans Ams, Firebirds, GTOs. I wrecked them all. But if I had saved that money, I'd probably be in a much better spot than I am now. But to get back on topic, knowledge is something that you have to learn. Now, wisdom is a little bit different. Wisdom is how to use that knowledge. One of the examples that's often given is knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, and wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. One that my brother and I learned is knowledge is knowing that his 73 Nova would go from 0 to 60 at the snap of a finger. Wisdom is knowing not to do it when your parents are behind you at the red light, which we were apparently lacking in that at the moment. But what you need to do as a young man, realize areas that you don't know. If you're not sure how to learn about that, ask somebody. Find somebody who's doing well in that area. If it's something about finance, maybe you're at school, you have a business teacher, you can ask for some direction. If you're going to a church, if you may be able to go and talk to a man that you see that is successful, ask him if he would give you, time to have a discussion, to have a cup of coffee and mentor you in that area. If you're looking for a job or a career change and you go into that, then go online, put in the topic that you're wanting to go into, start searching it out, researching, study, and know. I challenge you to learn what you don't know and don't be ashamed to admit that, hey, you know what? I don't know everything about this. I like to do outdoor activities. Before I will go to a different area or before I will move into a category that's beyond my skill, I will research it, I will learn about it, I will talk to people that are already performing at that level, find out what type of physical condition I may need to be in, what type of equipment I may need to get or not get so I don't waste a whole lot of money. Are there certain times a year, certain places I should go? I mean, there's a whole lot of things that you can learn. I was fortunate enough to grow up around cars and automobiles and machine shops and all of that. And I learned some basics that I still use today. Changing brakes, changing tires, changing oil, understanding the functionality of a car. But what has changed is the computer aspects and the electronics of that car. The knowledge I had when I was growing up will take me to a certain point. But what I have to do now when it hits a level I can't deal with is hand it off to an expert and let that person who has the new type of tools, the new type of capabilities, the knowledge I don't have because I've not continued in that field to grow. I'm not ashamed to do it. Sometimes it hurts when I have to write the check because they had to fix whatever was wrong with the car. But I realize this is the limit that I have, and it would do me no good to pretend as though I knew what I didn't. Now, I come from a Christian faith, and I really enjoy reading the book of Proverbs. One proverb I like is 17:28. 17:28, it basically, to put it in my verbiage, and I would say, Google this up if you want to get the correct context of it, but 17:28 basically says, a man can keep his mouth shut and be thought a fool, or you can open it up and remove all doubt. And that's Bob's phraseology, but you get the point of it. If you don't have knowledge and you're around people that do have knowledge in a certain area, if you try and pretend and be a poser in that area, they're going to know and you're going to lose their respect. If you don't have knowledge in that area and you let them know, hey, you know what? I don't know. You may get, depending on who they are, what type of shallow egos they have that would cause them to maybe give you a hard time about it. A true man's not going to do it. A true man's going to recognize that, hey, this person's being honest. The fact that you don't have knowledge, you just haven't learned it. But if you don't have that knowledge and you let somebody know, You may pick up a little bit of slack every now and then from somebody, but they will probably teach you, let you know, and you will gain in that. Because what you will really do and lose fast is their respect. If you try and fake through it and they know that and they're an expert in it, they'll see through you in a minute. But just wanted to take a minute. When I saw the dog out in the yard with the yellow snow, it just kind of reminded me, there's some simple things in life that people expect a man to know. And often you may just not know it, and it's okay. But there are ways you can learn that and find that out. It can be anything from just basics at a house, how to change your air filter in your heating and air unit, how to change the air filter in your car, putting wiper blades on a car, changing a tire, all those type of things. People may think, well, he's a guy, he can take care of that. If you don't know, don't be embarrassed. Read on it, research on it, ask somebody to give you a hand. Throughout life, I've been able to work with some young men and show them how to do some things through or work beside it. Often it was situations where it was going to be a major expense for them to have something done. They really couldn't afford to take it to somebody to have that, so they asked if I could give a hand. I was willing to do it. We did two things. One, spent some good time together, and two, they learned the skill that now that they have that skill and they can use for the rest of their life. But I just wanted to take a minute. I don't know if this resonates with you at all or not, but a lot of times there's pressure put on men to know stuff that we just don't know. You're not going to know it all. You may be a specialist in one area and have a big gap in another. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to be who you are, but if you think that you need to beef up that area, ask about it, research it out, and learn about it. But anyway, just wanted to put this out there today and just give a reminder to everybody that, just don't eat the yellow snow. And thank you for your time. If there's any topics that you think I should cover or you'd like to hear me talk about in the future, please let me know. Thank you.